Okay, so I'm glad to have a chat with you, with three of you. So this is the fourth cohort. Um, and how about we just start by taking turns and introducing yourself. So Solomon, do you want to go first?
Okay, it's fine. And my name is Solomon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Solomon Peter Gambo. Um, I'm a graduate of architecture from the University of Jos. I'm the last born out of six from Bauchi State, Nigeria, and I base here in Jos. I love music. Started singing since 4, and I play the talking drum as well as the guitar. So for me, music is life. Music is not the hobby. So I've over the years passed messages through music. So I've written quite a number of songs since age 4. I think I wrote my first song at age 10, and then I shared it with folks at age 11. So since then, I've been writing songs and sharing it with friends. I just find singing the most convenient way for me to pass the message. So basically, that's who I am. I'm married. Will be 2 years in April.
Nice.
Basically, that's who I am.
Okay, very nice, very nice. I think it was a song, and I think I've hooked it up on the announcement. The one-on-one. Is it one by one or one-on-one?
One by one.
Okay, one by one. I really like that song. It's really
Thank
nice.
you.
It's really
Thank
nice.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Blessing, do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Blessing? Can you still hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. The floor is yours.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody from Nigeria. So, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Oh, all right. So, Blessing Oyatope is my name. And basically, I call myself an inventor because I have been on this journey since primary 3. And what actually led me to my invention or innovation, because both can be interwoven, is my curiosity. Because right from childhood, I've been curious about many things. And I am most passionate about electronics, not just electronics, but consumer electronics. So since that age, I've started this journey of is still found under hardware development. So basically, I am an embedded system developer. I produce consumer electronics basically and locally. So that is what I do, and I've innovated some products. Yeah, because people are using some of them. So I've innovated some products and I've invented some as well. I am single.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. We still come and talk about some of your stuff. Hopefully the network will hold up on your hand. But no, so Ibrahim is actually people who are following the grant will have seen Ibrahim's face before. So Ibrahim is the first time repeat winner, and it's winning this for the second time. And I think that says a lot. So Ibrahim, do you want to introduce yourself again?
Okay, so since you're writing on my face, I'll just say it from my mouth. So my name is Ibrahim Badegeshi. So my background is with engineering. I studied electrical engineering at Obafemi Awolowo University. So I see myself as more like a problem solver. So, and I have a very strong background with engineering, and I'm a very observant person. So when I live in the society, I try to understand how I can provide a value for that society. So for me, my innovation is being like whatever problem I face, and I think I have the tools to take it away from other people from facing them. I just decide to see who can I work with, who can I speak with, what can I do to take the problem away. And that's how I come up with some of my innovations. So I'm not new to MBB grants. I'm one of the first winners of MBB grants. And that was for Project Chekoja, which was very fantastic. And the support was very, very great for us. And then when you live in Nigeria, whereby we live in a very low trust society, it's very difficult for people to really believe in what you have to do. So, and MBB trying to help us, that has helped us and still believing in us right now. For me, it's a very great initiative. So this time with a new project, with a new system in place and with a lot of experience in our belts, I feel like it's an honor again to really be one of the winners. So that's me. Professionally, I'm more into artificial intelligence with my background with electrical engineering, and I try to solve societal problems. But I'm still open to learning. Am I going to the other fields in the future? For me, it's all about development, solving societal problems, and creating impact to inspire new innovators.
Okay, thank you, Ibrahim. So how about let's just pick you off that point, and then we'll go around again.
Okay.
Do you want to, because I don't also want this to be too long.
Yes.
So let's just make it short but also very informative. Do you want to tell us about your project, Ojumi, and tell us what I mean, to the extent to which you can divulge this information, what you've done, what you're planning to do, and what's kind of like your vision for the project?
So for me, Project Ojumi means like it means two things. Like Oju means eyes in Yoruba language, and Oju also means face. So if I can see your Oju, I can see your face. So an identity basically is all about trying to decipher who is the face behind the whatever feature you have. For example, be it the face, be it the voice, you are trying to like identify the face, the eyes behind it. And that's the essence of Project Ojumi. And one of the things I've seen trying to work with existing structures in Nigeria, to be precise, is the fact that we have different fragmented systems that are not synchronized together. And we have a lot of people that are not captured and most likely won't be captured by these existing systems. So for example, we do have the NIN, we have the BVN, we have the driver's license, different people asking for different things, and different things requiring different requirements and different requirements for different problems. So we are still at the point whereby we need to have a system that matches all of those things together. For example, if you want to enter some private estate in Lagos, you have to verify. In some places, you go with your NIN, they will tell you they needed BVN. So the essence of Ojumi basically is to create an AI-powered identity verification for everybody, and which basically integrates the existing systems and make it easier for people to be verified. For example, in some cases, let's say you have victims of car accidents in Nigeria and they were rushed to an hospital. You don't have anybody's NIN or BVN to verify that person at that point in time. But you could easily do a facial recognition scan with an accessible software like Ojumi, and you can really pull up that person's file based on the person's consent or the family's consent. So those are some of the things I feel like Ojumi can do. For example, even in Nigeria, even outside in Ghana, there are different ways in which you identify different people. But for Ojumi is basically create a system that allows us to be able to identify people and match existing structures together. So in schools, you might need identity verification systems. In hotels, in concerts, in places, in security-based systems, you might need identity verification systems. So those are just it. I can go on an Ojumi project, but I'm not the only one here. So I'll just pause at
No,
that.
yes, actually, I mean, it's actually quite interesting. Yeah, maybe we should talk about this behind the camera. But there's been some really nice innovations from like the top labs now that I think would make some of the things you're trying to do actually even more easier. I don't know, because the other day I was watching things with the Gemini Flash. I don't know if you see it's a Flash model from Google. It's something Flash, Gemini 2.0 Flash. It's multimodal. It's multimodal. It can take
pictures,
voice, it can take
audios,
videos, it can take videos. And in fact, you have these really nice bounding boxes. He has very nice bounding boxes that just gives you directly from the image. And I remember working on a computer vision project a while back, and you have to sort of, it's called YOLO.
Okay.
Yeah, you know
You
YOLO.
only look once.
Yeah. You only look once. But now everything's sort of trivia now with these new models. Like, oh my, lots of nice stuff. Yeah, so you might want to look that up. Okay. Solomon. So you've talked about your background. You've talked about your how's the sort of music landscape in is it Jos? I mean, I don't know much about this. I'm kind of like curious now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Music landscape in Jos.
But yeah, you're a gospel music and you're gospel musicians, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Primarily.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I told you earlier, I started singing since 4. I grew up in church.
Okay.
My dad's the pastor.
Very nice.
So I literally grew up in church, started music in church. So music became part of me. And then, because of church, you have the leverage to just bump into church, use church instruments, learn, and be all you need to do. So I learned that as early as I could, and I grew up writing quite a number of songs. I'm not limited to writing church songs though, because it's part of the project I shared is that I believe that music is beyond just writing about spiritual matters. We should write about things that affect the society.
Indeed.
And in my climb, let's talk about Josh right now. People are gradually shifting away, most especially church people are shifting away from writing songs that will talk about society ills. So you find most songs we write are basically about praising God, praying, about spiritual culture and all of that. But I felt it's necessary we begin to write songs that talk about some of the things that our pastors are shy to talk about on pulpit. I've written a song about abortion. I've written a song about pride. I've written songs about quite a number of things that happens in the society. So in my community, for example, people listen to music so much. In fact, if you pick up a guitar and you're on the street, you find the people who gather around you. So I use that most especially as a tool. I
Nice.
use my music as a tool. I gather children in my community. I teach them songs, against prostitution, teach them songs against stealing, teach them songs about hard work, teach them songs about education. So I can literally pick up a script about a particular thing, convert it to a song, and teach it to them. I realize that they remember that quite easily than you just teaching them.
Yeah. Very fantastic. So as you're just talking, I'm sort of reminded of one of my favorites Nigerian music. You may not know, or maybe you might. Beautiful Nubia. Have you heard about Beautiful Nubia? No?
No.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's not popular in that area. But it's the musician that's doing, I think there's a background noise. Do you mind muting for a second? Let's see, mute. Okay, so coming from Solomon. Yeah, you can unmute when you want to speak. So Beautiful Nubia does that exceedingly well. And that's why I love his music, because I mean, Beautiful Nubia is not, as far as I can tell, it's not a Christian, as far as I can tell. But the call something Omoluabi in Yoruba. What's Omoluabi now? How are we going to translate it? Is he a good person? I think it's more deeper than a good person, or a well-behaved person. Yes. Yeah. So his song is just about how do you sort of his song is about building people up to be a well-behaved person, right? And then you listen to his body of work, he has that coherence. So that sort of reminds me of Beautiful Nubia. But no, it's really important, because the kinds of songs people listen to is really pivotal, right? I mean, anything that comes in, the kinds of things you read, the kinds of things you watch, the kinds of songs you listen to, all of these things sort of almost unconsciously actually bias your actions, right? And even when you think it's not important, well, it is actually very important. You know, there's this book I read a while back. I should be reading it. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow. It's written by a Nobel Prize winner, and I think he passed away, Danny. He passed away this year. But it's about just all of these sort of cognitive biases that we have. And there's a particular part in the book, there's so many examples in the book, but one particular example in the book is, if I can recall correctly, I think it's called the Florida effect, the name of that cognitive bias. But what actually happens is they gave people different words, or they tell them to read different words. Maybe they tell them to read something like soup, or something like run, or something, maybe not even run, but something that denotes something that means run. So maybe like a lion. And then they can let them read things like, another group read things like okra or old lady, something that denotes slowness. And then they tell them to just walk down, without telling them this. So they tell them to walk down a corridor after that sort of experiment. And they realize that people that actually read words that denote fast walked faster. And people that actually read things that denotes moving slowly actually walked slowly, right? So I think it's called Florida effect. I would fact check myself after this call. So the things that we actually take in is extremely profound. And I mean, I always tell people this, even when you think it's not affecting you, it is affecting you. Okay, so blessing. Blessing. So I see your in fact, I think I'm gonna tag it to the announcement, your commercial, your demo of your product, right? Yeah, Munawa, I mean, I'm quite excited about it. Do you want to tell us about sort of the inspiration and about the product and what you have achieved so far?
All right, thank you very much. I hope you can still hear me.
Yes.
All right. So Munawa was vetted through my personal challenge because, as I have said, I am an inventor plus innovator. And in this 21st century, if you have to invent something, or you have to do something in the tech world, electricity is a must for you. So my relocation prompted that I choose a particular area with regular supply of electricity. Being a startup guy, so I needed to reduce cost in every way possible. So the actual place I got, the electricity was nothing, and let me even say it's nothing to write home about. So, and personally, I like serene environment. So I started thinking about solutions. I considered petrol or gasoline generators, but I noticed that the fuel price is not constant, and besides, the generators are usually noisy. So then I had to think about other electricity generation alternatives. So I thought about inverter system using solar energy, but I was extremely scared about that because I knew that the price of setting up an inverter system was much more than just getting a gasoline generator. A lot of quotations I got from my friends got me scared. But as fate would have it, I was just walking through a market, a popular market in Lagos. So I just summoned the courage to walk into one of those where they sell solar parts. So then I inquired about the prices of the part of the entire system. Then I noticed that the prices I've been getting, the quotation I've been getting, were hiked. So that gave me an iota of courage, and from that moment onwards, I started saving up for it. And electricity is what everybody needs. Regardless of the kind of sphere or the field you find yourself. So electricity is very, very important. So I was able to save up, and with the little amount, with the token I got, then I built the inverter system myself, the solar system myself. So then that was at that point it dawned on me. A lot of people were in my shoes, because the price, the quotation of a power station of an inverter scares a lot of people away. So when I realized that whole thing is actually viable, it's actually economical, then I thought it wise that I should turn that my challenge into a business. So that was what bettered Munawa. And the name itself, the nomenclature, a popular person named the product. So I don't know if the person will allow me to to let the cat out of the bag concerning that. So and another reason why I named I really loved the name Munawa is because I love promoting culture with technology. So we have the likes of Yamaha, the likes of Honda. So these are foreign products. So and they are foreign languages. So why don't we promote our own culture too with technology? So that's how my very good friend suggested the name, and the name has really stuck to me, stuck with me, stuck with the product itself. So whenever I'm walking in the streets, people call me Mr. Munawa, Mr. This, Mr. That. So basically, Munawa is a portable solar generator. Not only portable, it's quite affordable and economical. So it doesn't scare people away from wanting to possess an electricity generator. So that is what Munawa does. And besides the personal one I am using, I've been able to use a third-party app to do some basic controls. So from my mobile phone. So that will still require some amount of work. So that is Munawa in a nutshell.
Okay, very fantastic word. I am going to share your story with some of my buddies and folks back home. So maybe you'll be getting some calls. We'll see. But I don't like to make these things long. I think we can go on. You three are very interesting, right? And I can keep going on and going on and going on, but I don't want to do that. I would the only thing I would just say is, okay, maybe the only thing I should say is I think it would be nice if you can trademark that. I think it should be easy, the name, right? It's a very nice name. Just spend I mean, I don't know how much it is now, but it shouldn't be that expensive. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for coming. I do really actually enjoy this conversation.